Yo, it's Lightning, and today I have a crazy Void Hunter build that will carry you in all levels of content and change the way you play Destiny going forward. With this build, you will become the backbone of your fire team. I call it the Void Assassin build, and with it you can sneak around constantly debuffing enemies with the weaken effect and chaining finishers together to apply volatile to entire groups of adds, even in Grandmaster level content. For this build, you'll want to have the Omnioculus Hunter exotic chest piece. This will give you 2 smoke bomb charges and provide melee energy back whenever you turn an ally invisible. Also, you and anyone else you turn invisible will have extra damage resistance for the duration of the invisibility. For abilities, you'll want Gambler's Dodge so you can recharge your smoke bomb when you dodge near targets, and either the Vortex Grenade or Scatter Grenade. The Vortex Grenade will pull enemies together, making it super easy to apply volatile to large groups of adds, and it will deal damage over time, also proccing the volatile effect as well. Or alternatively, you could use the Scatter Grenade, seeing as it has a shorter cooldown than the Vortex Grenade and it has better burst damage output. The aspects you'll want are Vanishing Step and Trapper's Ambush. This will allow you to go invisible whenever you use your dodge and allow your smoke bombs to turn you and allies invisible. Trapper's Ambush also adds an in-air slam attack that deals increased smoke bomb damage and will be the main ability we lean into with this build. Onto fragments, you'll need Echo of Cessation, Obscurity, Harvest, and Starvation. This combination of fragments will allow you to go invisible and apply volatile to nearby enemies after you perform a finisher, as well as spawn an Orb of Power and Void Breach whenever you defeat a weakened enemy that will also provide Devour when you pick it up. The stats you'll want to prioritize for this build are Strength, Resilience, and Mobility so you're harder to kill and your melee and dodge cooldown refresh as fast as possible. Now, time for armor mods. For this build, you'll want 2 Dynamo mods and a Harmonic Siphon mod on your helmet. Dynamo will provide extra super energy when you use your dodge near a group of adds and is crucial considering your dodge will be available in just under 17 seconds while using this build, and you'll be dodging your enemies fairly often. 2 Focusing Strike mods and 1 Impact Induction mod on your arm piece. The 80 stats I have in mobility along with the ability energy gained after causing damage with a powered melee is what's allowing Gambler's Dodge to recharge in just under 17 seconds. I also have an Impact Induction mod equipped for extra grenade energy, seeing as I'll be spamming my smoke bomb. For the chest piece, equip an Emergency Reinforcement mod and Elemental Resistance mods for the activity you're doing. Emergency Reinforcement will provide a safety net if your shield breaks by giving you extra damage resistance. Emergency Reinforcement requires 3 armor charge before it can proc. Also, this mod will allow you to pick up Orbs of Power even if your super is full. On the leg piece, you'll want to have equipped a Recuperation mod. This will replenish a portion of your health when you pick up an Orb of Power, and with the recent nerf to Devour, this mod becomes essential in any build. The other 2 mods, I'm undecided as to which combo I enjoy more, either 1 Invigoration and 1 Insulation mod, or 1 Innervation and 1 Absolution mod. Invigoration and Insulation will lean into your dodge and smoke bombs more, whereas the Innervation and Absolution combo provides a bit of melee and dodge energy back, but reduces your grenade charge the most. And last but not least, your class item should have equipped the Powerful Attraction and Proximity Ward mods. When you perform a finisher, Proximity Ward will provide an overshield, making you unkillable while performing finishers, and Powerful Attraction will collect nearby Orbs of Power when you use your dodge. For the final mod, on the class item, I rotate between Reaper and Empowering Finish. Reaper will cause the first weapon kill you get after using your dodge to spawn an Orb of Power, and can be utilized more in lower end content, seeing as enemies are easier to kill. Whereas in Grandmaster content, I like using Empowering Finish, which will simply speed up how fast I reach max armor charge. For the loadout, I have equipped a Fatebringer from the Vault of Glass raid and the exotic sidearm Buried Bloodline from the Warlord's Ruin dungeon. My Fatebringer has explosive payload because explosive payload will provide a 15% increase in damage to body shots, which will allow me to lower red health bar enemies just enough to perform a finisher. And I'll use the Buried Bloodline against orange health bar enemies for the exact same reason, to lower their health quickly just so I can perform a finisher. At the time of recording, I don't have the catalyst for the Buried Bloodline, but if I did, then I could also weaken enemies with the weapon when I have Devour up, which wouldn't be hard to start and keep up. And for your heavy weapon, just use whichever you prefer. Onto the gameplay loop of the build, it's very simple and straightforward. When you have your smoke bomb available, run into a group of adds and use your in-air slam attack from Trapper's Ambush. This will weaken all nearby enemies and turn you invisible, allowing you to set up for a finisher. If there are no enemies finishable, I'll pull out the Fatebringer or Buried Bloodline depending on the enemy type and lower their health until they can be finished. Luckily, with explosive payload and the buffs to hand cannons 1 season ago, it should only take 1 shot with Fatebringer before you can finish a weakened red bar enemy in Grandmaster level content. After you perform a finisher on a weakened enemy, an Orb of Power and Void Breach will spawn, providing you the Devour buff. Nearby enemies will take damage and become volatile. Usually you'll deal enough damage for at least one of these enemies to be finishable, which will allow you to continue the chain of finishers and apply more volatile. Periodically you'll need to use your dodge to refresh your smoke bomb and invisibility, but that's okay because of the incredibly short recharge rate of Gambler's dodge. With this build you will actually become unkillable, and you might not want to stop using it once you start. And that's the Void Assassin build. Let me know your thoughts about this build in the comments, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.